It's you, it's me, it's Season 3 of YDT, Episode 173. The show which pulls back the curtain, takes down the walls brick by brick, and exposes the true hearts of those caring for those that you love the mostest. And it's Thanksgiving in 2 days. And this is going to be a disgustingly thankful episode of You'll Die Trying. It's important. I always say 5 self-care things you can do is get out of bed and say 5 things that you're happy about yourself, and that gets your day started, right? Before your feet hit the floor. And I need to listen to myself say that. Anyway, we'll talk about all of the thankfulness, and that'll make up for all of the times this last week that I probably could have been a little bit more. All right, let's take a deep dive into that turkey thigh. I'm thankful for wit. You know, just being a little witty. I was always told that I wasn't funny for a long time, but you know, I kind of think I can be a little bit funny. All right? Just got a little wit. I like to make things rhyme. I'm thankful for wit. Actually, the top of my list, if I have to start in any order, it would definitely be just making certain that I start number 1 is I am thankful for God gifting me my children, family. And family can look like a number of things for a lot of people. And some people don't have the luxury of maybe blood relatives, you know, whether it's an adoption or maybe all of your family have passed away, or maybe some other unforeseen circumstance or something that was outside of your control left you calling your friends your family. Nonetheless, family. I'm grateful that God blessed me with my sons and those in my family, such as my mother and father and brothers and late grandparents. You get the idea. Family is important. It's really important for us to have like 100 friends until it's not. And then your hand, you can count on one finger those closest to you and still have fingers left over. I was always told that, and I never really understood it because I wanted everybody to be my friend and like me and be the person that people called upon. And that's great to be that still, but family. That's first and foremost. And I am thankful. I'm thankful I'm still here. It's been a shit year overall. If you've been following this podcast for a while, me actually, and we'll get to that as far as gratitude's concerned. But if you recall, a little over a year ago, I was encouraged, forced to have a hard stop of the podcast because those who cared about me. They saw that I was not in the best of spots navigating a divorce and the ending of a marriage and the growth of a company and all of the snowball analogies you could throw out that was happening, and my mental health was shot. It only got worse, obviously, because then this year, that was 2023, kind of happened, but 2022 there was this hard stop of the podcast, and then into 2023 there's all of this turmoil and the selling of the company and the social media taking off and being everything for everybody but myself. And I'm grateful that I'm still here, and I'm grateful that you're here. I'm grateful that we show up together, and it's good. It's good that we've made it, you know? The world needs us to keep showing up. And with that, the caveat to that is I'm grateful for mental health conversations and awareness. I'm grateful that everyone's having the conversation now, because when I started in the funeral profession, it wasn't something that you talked about. Of course, we cared for families whenever they were exposed to and victims of the aftermath of suicide, that someone took their life and they had to pick up these pieces that remained and are still facing them. And it's good that people are having the conversation. I'm grateful for my therapist, Karen, who has been a rock, who has stuck by me for 2 years. through all of it and has been a genuine sounding board. And if a therapist can be a friend, I will say that. She's become that. She always says at the end of every session that she is praying for me. She's praying the rosary for me, and that means a lot. So I'm grateful for Karen. I'm grateful for my health. Mental health, of course, is at the top, but obviously heart health and gut health and lung health and doing all the things that I know to do to take care of myself and still have a healthy body after all of the turmoil. And if you have followed from the beginning, at the very beginning, over a year ago, when TikTok blows up at Nathan Morris Music, you saw this. I looked relatively healthy. I looked healthy. And then the middle of, if you go back to previous videos, you're going to see a very sad, very heavy-hearted, sleep-deprived Nathan, because I was going and operating on E for everybody and showing up and faking it, right? Faking these smiles. And it got to a point where I couldn't anymore. And mental health awareness, healthy mind, healthy heart, healthy gut, all of it, it all coincides, right? So I'm grateful for health, because I want to be here, if I can help it, for a really long time. And I know you want that too. So I'm grateful for the ability to have the ability and means to walk or run or lift or do things that encourage a healthy outcome. I'm grateful for the first time that I can recall in my adult life loving myself. I'm grateful for loving myself, because the other day I was talking to my mother and I looked at her and I said, I like myself. And I was like, because a lot of us don't. And I didn't realize I didn't until you're doing all of that work, the self-reflection. And this past year, when you have no one to distract you or nothing to distract you, and you have nothing but your thoughts, you can run from for so long. But when you don't have anything to run to hide it, to mask it, then you have no choice but to kind of get to know yourself and either befriend yourself or I don't know. I don't know what the alternative would be, but I'm thankful that I like who I am. I think I'm a pretty good person, and I'm thankful that I am able to see that, because when you're told things, right, you are like the company you keep. So I'm grateful for my company that I keep. When you're told things, you believe them. I mean, not once or twice, but just slowly but surely there's this level of chipping away truth. And then the thing that you're told to believe, you begin to. And so undoing that is a lot of work. So there's a lot of gratitude there. And I'm grateful for new relationships. I'm grateful for allowing myself and for people to be welcomed in, and vice versa. And I'm hopeful, and there's this element of excitement and joy that I'm experiencing, and that I love. I get to be myself and be creative and be witty and be unorganized and be all over the place. And there's no it all circles back to just, it's cool to be accepted and accept yourself and all that. And it works wonders for everything previously mentioned. It's amazing how it's all intertwined. I am proud of not stopping. When I was a little kid, I said I was going to be, a famous musician, and fame is relative, right? You can say so-and-so's famous, like, of course, Taylor Swift. I mean, she's famous as hell. There will never be another entertainer in our lifetimes who precedes generations, who is, I don't even know if I word that right, but is generational in her ability to grow up, not only with the fans who have grown up with her thus far, but the re-releasing of music. Okay, you get it. I said I would be famous. I would be a creator who put out things that I believed in. And there was a short time, and I talked about this in the last episode, where I didn't always do that. There was like a short season where I put out what I thought you wanted to hear, and it fell on deaf ears because the authenticity behind it. I mean, I think it was authentic, but it was forced, and because it was forced, it lost its luster, I want to continue to create and put out things, songs, podcast episodes, content that touch you in a special way, and you feel impacted by it in some manner, whether it's just a little nugget that you put in your pocket and you reflect upon later. That's why I keep showing up, and I'm proud of myself and grateful and thankful that I have. I don't know how sometimes, but I guess there's gratitude there even. And Yet is still on the charts. I'm thankful for that. I mean, you have Mariah Carey and Cher and all these Christmas songs who are bouncing the song all over the chart right now, but I mean, it's holding. It's at number 22. It's lost a few positions, but it's still hanging in there. And it's really cool because I believe the first week of December or second week, the number it is the number it freezes and stays at until the first week of January. So if it stays up high or on the charts and it freezes there, and then come January 2024, Last Time goes to radio for ads, and if it charts the first week, then I will have 2 singles on the top AC radio charts. That's a cool thing to think about. Yeah. I'm thankful to have been tiptoeing all over Billboard's charts. That's cool. I'm just a little dumbass from Kentucky, right? And I'm excited that what I've said I was going to do, I'm doing. Find what you love and be nerdy about it. That's what I say. I'm thankful I can keep going. I mean, it might sound redundant, right? I mean, there's a lot of things in here that I'm saying that sound like maybe stereotypical or cliche or whatever that really intelligent word is that people say. But it's real. I mean, I think we make life a lot more difficult than it has to be. I think we think it's going to be fireworks and sparklers all the time. I don't know. I think we were really dumb and lied to in some instance of our lives where we are owed something because we're owed nothing, because God never promised this life to be easy for anybody. Which brings me to, I believe, the most important thing outside of family to be thankful for. And it is, I am genuinely thankful to be exposed to heartbreak, heartache, grief, loneliness, and sadness. The profession had allowed me and afforded me the opportunity to authentically and genuinely meet people in their most darkest and delicate of times and feel, not just empathize but sympathize and feel what they're experiencing to some degree, right? It's not a comparison thing, but nonetheless have genuine hurt along with them. And the hurt outside of that, independent of that I've gone through and I've experienced, allows me to be more compassionate, more understanding, more patient, because patience is something that I'm grateful to have learned and continue to, because this life is not about you. When you're talking to yourself, it's not about me. It's about you, if that makes sense. Life is not about me. I was put here to love and serve you and them. And love them and you as God loves. And I am imperfect and never will be able to achieve that, but that's the goal. That's the achievement that you want. And to realize that and to be exposed to the hurt that I have, I am so thankful that I am able to sit with you, with people, and genuinely just be present, whether much or little, whatever brings you to my company and myself to you. I'm thankful that I can be there, present, and enjoy you and sit with and talk to and learn about. It's a beautiful thing. It really is, because I think if we slow down, we can appreciate a little bit more patient, tolerant. Yeah. I've been kicking this around, and I don't know if I can confidently say it yet, but I think I can, actually. If I knew that I would be where I am and with those that I'm with and feel the way that I feel, I would do it all over again. The last year and a half of life. If I had to. I wouldn't volunteer it, but if I was told I had to experience this feeling, I would. And that is a beautiful thing. There is joy in life, and there is peace, and there is healing and victory and comfort and contentment. It's right there. It's just right over. It's right over that hill. I hope that this week specifically, not just this season, I'll just say, because sometimes for some of us it's minute by minute, but day by day, this week, I hope that there are a couple of moments of sharp, I don't know, just aha moments where you feel a little bit more joyful. You feel a little bit more tough. And that moment you can find some comfort. Life is tedious, but damn, is it incredible. And it's even more incredible because you're here. And I hope that you are able to spend this week, this holiday, with people you love, family. And I hope that you know your value, your worth, and that this week creates a nice little memory for you. So as you grow up and old and look back on moments, this is one of the weeks that you feel a little bit warmer because of. I appreciate you very much. You can always find me on all the socials. In the show notes, you can click all the links there, but on YouTube, Nathan Morris Music. YouTube is a super fun place where we're putting out exclusive content. Be sure to subscribe over there. Instagram, super fun, at Nathan Morris on X or Twitter, whatever the hell you call it. Just search me there. And to everybody who meets me every Sunday night for the TikTok lives, for our subscribers, first looks, first listens, 2024 has some really cool exclusives coming out. $5.99 a month. Link in the show notes. Go over there, subscribe. I would appreciate it so much, because $5.99 for venti triple maki flipperoni auto is $5.99. You can hang out with me 4 times a month for $5.99. I would appreciate it very much. I am grateful for you. I'm grateful for our time. I'm grateful for you meeting me here, and thanks for all that you bring to life and the support that you offer. I give it all right back, and we will see you a little bit fuller, heavier, hopefully happier at 174. Happy Thanksgiving. Write down 5 things you're thankful for. All right, we'll see you at the next one.